that and say that the reason is because we're free and prosperous and attack our freedom and our prosperity, we are not going to be safer, let me tell you. We have to understand that when we go 6,000 miles away and impose ourselves on other countries and literally put bases on other countries and annoy and antagonize and aggravate and violate their religious principles, that we have to understand how we might act if it would have happened to us.
You're right.
What if what if another country came to us that looked different than us? Say the Chinese. They came here and they said, well, we want to change your system of law. We want to change your law. We want you to act like us. We want you to change your religious values, and we want our oil. To the point where they felt so strong that they put military bases on our soil. How would we react? One thing that would be good is we would become unified. We would all say no more, and we'd all want to throw them out is what we would want. So we have imperfections, but the imperfections should be taken care of by ourselves so we can set a good example. We shouldn't expect others to do it, and that is what the others that think the same way. They are not anxious to have us over there telling them what to do, and it doesn't make us safer. It is this thing it is this policy that aggravates so many and motivates them enough that they're willing to commit suicide terrorism. And unless we understand that, we are continued to be threatened. Because if it is indeed occupation, which I truly believe, we've done exactly the wrong thing. Since 9/11, we are now in the nation building in 2 more Muslim countries. Over 1 million Iraqis have been killed. Over 4,000 Americans have been killed. And there's no plan to leave on either side. But the American people, if you take a poll, they say about 70% of the American people are saying, enough is enough. We need to get out of there. We need to end this. And that would be my intention. But we don't need to be threatening other countries. We're nation building in Afghanistan. We're undermining the government in Pakistan, which we've been doing for years. Our CIA is involved in these countries, picking and choosing military dictators. We have, as a people, given Musharraf, a military dictatorship of Pakistan, $10 billion to do our policing job over there and looking for Osama bin Laden. At the same time, we're pretending that the reason our troops are in Iraq is to promote democracy. So on one hand, we support the dictators, just as we do in Saudi Arabia. They're hardly ideals for protections of civil liberties, but we spend our money protecting them, and at the same time, we're supposed to say that we're in Iraq to spread democracy. This is just not the case. With Iran has some bad leaders over there. But so did the Soviets have some bad leaders.
Yes.
When I was called to military duty in 1962, there were 40,000 nuclear missiles and weapons held by the Soviet Union. It was during the Cuban crisis. And Kennedy, to our benefit, decided that he ought to at least talk to him before he does some shooting. And it was worked out. What happened was the Soviets agreed to take the missiles out of Cuba, and we quietly, at the time it was not known, but he said, well, we'll take our missiles out of Turkey. So if we could talk to Stalin at the height of the Cold War, facing 40,000 nuclear missiles off our borders, you'd think we would have enough courage to talk to the Iranians? They don't even have a weapon. They haven't been working on a weapon since 2003. So why are we so intimidated and so we lack self-confidence that we can't talk to people like that? If we followed the dictates of the Constitution, what we would do is we would be talking to the Iranians and actually trying to trade with them. We trade with Vietnam now, we do quite well. We trade with China right now, we do quite well. Matter of fact, they have become so westernized, they have become our banker. But tragically,